Oi, 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 YouTube, welcome back to another video. Today we're going over the, albeit brief, but kind of interesting 4.7.1 bug fix patch. I'm going to call this the Blight bug fix patch. So let's take a look at what they've changed. So the biggest thing with regards to balance is with Blight and Huntress. They've added a maximum turn rate per frame to the Blight's rush for very high sensitivity input. What this basically means is that people were J-flicking. If you don't know what J-flicking is, it's where you turn your DPI up extremely high on your mouse, which makes it so that really tiny movements spin you really fast. And what people would be able to do is they would basically be able to force Blight to 180 when he would do a lethal rush. So they've changed it so it seems like there's a cap on how much he can turn per frame. This actually seems like this might be exploitable if people turn their frame rate up. I don't know, so we'll see how this goes, but this is an attempt at stopping J-flicking. They've said it before that it was an exploit. It's unintended. It's not something they wanted for Blight, and so leveling that playing field, I'm good with that. They also increased the controller sensitivity and controller maximum turn rate for Blight's rush, so we'll see if this actually changes Blight on console. If you guys didn't see my controller tips video for killers, we talked about how Blight on controller is not even the same killer as he is on console because you can't get the flick the way that you would like it to work, right? He doesn't really flick, he just slow turns when you use a lethal rush, right? Whereas on PC, you can flick that 90 degrees and still get the hit, so... we have a change to Huntress. Her add-on, the Wooden Fox, triggers undetectable at the beginning of the reload interaction, and its duration has been increased to 15 seconds. So a lot of people were seeing that basically the undetectable wasn't doing any good throughout the duration of the reload animation and things of that nature. Now they do have bug fix patches. Obviously this is a big bug fix patch. So there are some things on here. Nothing that's crazy. I'll note they fixed an issue that could cause the survivor to be unreachable if downed while unhooking another survivor. So in some cases, if I think this means if a survivor goes down while under the hook instead of like hiding under the hook, you should be able to pick them up now. We'll see what happens. There are a bunch of other interactions with Demo's Portal and some other things that I actually haven't personally experienced too much of. There are some issues with Torment Creek and some of the Cold Wind maps that they did change. They said they fixed an issue that could prevent the nurse from blinking through the silos cap on the map Torment Creek. So this is good, right? This is Nurse always has these issues with collision and things like that, so this is always good for Nurse players. So they fixed an issue that could cause an unreachable bear trap to spawn inside the ground in the silo, so that's good for Trapper players, and fixed an issue that could prevent flashlights from blinding killers when used through the windows of the Thompson house. They also fixed an issue that could cause incorrect collision when falling off of a hill in Mount Ormond, which we've known that to be an issue. I actually got stuck on a hill as killer. It's like the collision from the ground just went straight up in a spot. They fixed an issue that could prevent down survivors from being picked up next to a specific haystack, and they fixed a collision issue on the Harvester and Cold Wind farm maps that could prevent characters from reaching the hay bales from the ramp. So if you guys did not know, the Harvester, we thought it was actually an intentional change. The Harvester, you used to be able to walk up the ramp on the Harvester, then slide right and land on the hay bales. For a while, after the new patch, we were like, oh, okay, they just changed it so you can't get on the hay bales as a killer without swinging, and as a survivor, you couldn't get there without vaulting. It seems like they've changed it to act how it used to act before they even made the updated map. I don't know how I feel about this. I kind of liked that survivors were sort of pseudo stuck there, maybe. I don't know. This is probably a good thing, but so that's the biggest stuff. And they fixed an Xbox One Series X issue where they caused the application to crash upon signing out of the active account on the initial interaction screen. So if you were switching accounts, it would just completely crash DBD. So really short patch, but for all of us that complain about bug fixes, there are a lot of bug fix patches here. Now, I really hope that we see a change to Blight in regards to his rush right now. He is really slippy, slidey, and it's really hard for him to hit specific objects, and I hope that they continue to revisit the objects that he can't bounce off of, or they change the way his collision functions so that you're not shoulder checking everything, but you're also able to be accurate when you want to be accurate. So let's hope that that all gets changed. I will check you guys over for our first Fog Whisperer stream on twitch.tv/DyllonKG, and I will be praying to the entity to see you guys in the next video.